Well, it's time to transplant. This is Awapuhi, or Shampoo ginger, as some of you folks know. These are the two that I planted in a video earlier this year, and they seem to be growing pretty well. I am not going to plant these two. I am not going to plant this guy. I want to save him for another rainy day. But unfortunately, this guy is breaking free from his current home. So we'll be moving him. As you can see, hold on. As you can see, all the rhizomes in here. So it's just outgrowing its pot and it broke it. So we're going to be planting this guy because now it's sprouted. Remember, these do die back. They did die back to where they look like they were dead, but they're not. Let's go see where we're going to go. So about 2 weeks ago, we cleaned this whole bed out with all the eating ginger and the turmeric, or what I refer to as olena. I did a lasagna layering of fertilizer, cow manure, mulch, dirt, continuously watered it. I have planted some tea leaf in the ground, flat. We'll see if that's gonna rise up. All right, we are getting ready to roll. Got our Awapuhi right here. Got our trusty tools, of course, your protective gloves. And I'm thinking the white flower ginger. And our friend, Mr. Mosquito Punk, because there's a lot of mosquitoes over here because it's been damp lately. This is not gonna cover all this area, that is for sure. Let me open this up so you can see how much rhizomes we have in there. Okay, now obviously I had to cut this pot because it was already split. But look at all these roots in here. Let me take this out. Look at all that. Yes, see those beautiful rhizomes right there? And more starting to grow right there. These two have already popped up, as you can see. But we have a lot of plant in here. Look at all these. That's why it's not wise to continue to keep it in your 1-gallon pots, because it will break them. Sooner or later it'll break them. So we're gonna have to gently pull all this apart. Here's the second one, and I, no pun intended, gingerly took it out of this pot because I want to reuse this pot, right? Waste not, what not. You can see the rhizomes in here. Here's the 3 that were already growing. And we're gonna have to take this one apart too. Look at all these roots. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we have multiple plants inside here. Look at all that. So we're gonna take them apart separately. I'm gonna put the Awapuhi, or Shampoo ginger, on this side. And I'm gonna put the white ginger in the center, and we'll see how far we go. All right. We got the first pot done and the second pot. So we will start with the second one, which I consider the white ginger, meaning the white flower ginger. I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants out of here. I could probably take this apart and make 2 out of it. Leave this attached to one and cut off this smaller piece right here, which I think I will do. I'm gonna leave this one intact. It's not that large. I'm gonna leave this one intact, and then clearly we're gonna plant this one because that's a nice rhizome starting to send up a shoot right there. And like this one I said earlier, ready to start a shoot right there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna split this in 2 so that'll make 6 out of the white. And yes, I'm doing this on kind of a cloudy day. I don't want to plant it in full sun, not right now. Here's the larger one, which I may cut in 2. Split it right here, because this is a pretty large one. And this one's already growing really well. Here's that second leaf. You see a new leaf coming up right there. This one's pretty large as well. I may or may not break off this rhizome piece right here. Here's another very large rhizome I'm going to leave intact. Here's another rhizome that we're going to leave intact. See all these small roots? And here's the one that I showed you that had the green starting to grow. So we've gotten 2, 3, 4, 5 out of here. I'll probably make 6 or 7 out of this one. And I will probably put them maybe 10 inches apart, because these can grow rather well underground. Yes, they can. So give them some space. I've got it in kind of a quasi shade sun. Half the day is sun, half the day is shade. But let's get planting this and see how much we can fill up. Now when you're going to plant these, you want to make sure you want to go down deep enough, right? You want to make sure you cover all these rhizomes for now. Later on, you'll be able to see the rhizomes when they grow and they start maturing. But for right now, I would strongly suggest that you cover them maybe with 1 inch or 2 of dirt. So 1 inch or 2 above these rhizomes. So I need to dig this hole a little bit deeper, as you can tell. Okay, that's a lot better. I'm going to have at least 1 inch to 2 inches of dirt on top of this rhizome. Now I'm not going to pack this super hard. I'm going to make sure that it's stable and it's not going to be leaning or tipping over. But I'm not going to like stomp it in the ground. You want to be careful with it. Yes, this ground is pretty moist right now. That's the way I wanted it, to help these rhizomes start gravitating towards their new home. Okay, we've covered it with the dirt, and basically I just pressed with my hand down. It's kind of nice and firm inside there. Hopefully no big wind is gonna blow that over. Clearly if somebody steps on it, it's gonna hurt it, but this should be good for right now. Just be careful when we water it until those roots start grabbing hold of their new foundation in this dirt. And yes, we have a little volunteer tomato right there. And yes, I use my old banana skins as nitrogen fertilizer for my plants. So let's get rocking and rolling. We got work to do. Yep.